How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Crossways with myself, Ian Wright, and the amazing Steph Horton. There she is.
Oh, you're too kind.
How are you doing?
I'm good, are you?
I really love your top, can't lie.
No, we've dressed well today, I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
My beige kind of like clips a little bit out of your thing.
I know, I thought this was a bit risky, but I'm loving it from
nice. And then
Nike,
you go satin, I love it. It's glam. It's
Backstreet Boys look, no?
It's cool.
That's all I could think of this morning.
What's that song? No, there's a song that the guys E15 or something. Remember them, look? When they was wearing their big...
E17.
E17. But like they were in a big coats. What you been doing? What you been up to? You been good?
Yeah, pretty much just chilling a little bit, a bit of time off, but then watching Man City.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I did the Nottingham Forest game, which wasn't
I can imagine.
100% great. I know it was good for you guys, but...
I did feel for you, though.
Yeah, did you? Did you really, though?
No.
I didn't get a message saying,
you know
okay,
something?
Steph?
It was... It was one of those where you're not expecting that. So when it comes, you're like, whoa, that's a nice little gift. But
yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
But Champions League tonight.
Champions League tonight, which should be good. Real Madrid, City, looking forward to that as well. But like, yeah, I was going to say, do you watch the England game?
Yep, did.
The both of them. I thought Ukraine, I thought we dealt with them as how you would deal with a club. How you would deal with a team like Ukraine. I thought we were really good. I was very disappointed that Ukraine scored, but that would be pretty cool for Ukraine to actually get the goal. But I thought against Iceland, it felt better because Iceland were a better level of football.
They were definitely a little bit more organised, so it probably tested us. But I think in terms of a World Cup qualification, perfect start, 2 wins.
Yeah.
Got to see a few new faces.
Yeah, we do.
But it's always the old guard that turn up and do the business at the moment, experienced players.
Talking of the old guard, Lucy Bronze.
145 caps, so that puts her third in the most caps. So goes Farah on 172, Jill 161, Lucy 145, and then Karen Carney on 144.
Do you think Lucy will make it to past 161?
We used to always talk about this as England. I don't know when you used to, but like you'd probably average, if you played pretty much every international game in a year, it's probably about 9 or 10 games, depending on the tournament as well. So if you're thinking, if she plays the majority of this qualification campaign and then goes to the World Cup, I think there's every possibility she could. And knowing Lucy, should be determined to pass that number.
Well, that's what I was going to say to you, especially when you see, like, we know that she played with a stress fracture through the World Cup. We know that she's an iron lady in respects of ability and form and drive and just playing through pain. But like, what was she like? Has she always been like that?
She's always had a drive. I think even, God, I can always remember back in the day when me and Jill were at Sunderland, and for England, you used to have to do training, you used to have to go to a gym. So we'd all the England players would go to a gym in Gateshead, and like the likes of Lucy, Demi Stokes, Jordan Nobbs were that next age group that were coming through. And I always remember her coming into the gym and she didn't say a word. But then it got to like the exercises and like doing it, she'd be wanting to beat us, whatever we were lifting, and like a drive and like an ambition, and obviously to see her go through all them age groups to get to the senior level. And look, I think she was always misunderstood, Lucy, at the beginning.
Why? What was it?
Just because of her personality, yeah.
She's quiet,
but I think over these last few years, I think you can tell that she's found her way, and I think everybody understands who she is and what she brings. And ultimately, Lucy Bronze is going to go down as one of the greatest ever England players, because, I mean, to represent England in 7 major tournaments and Olympic Games is pretty impressive.
It is pretty impressive. And you know what? You try to think of maybe right back to in while Lucy Bronze has been around. Who can you even say? You know, My Letizia, she's a centre back. You know what I mean? I know she's played at right back, but you can't really, like Alex Scott before her, obviously, you can't really reel off people who you could say, well, she's unfortunate she came in Lucy Bronze's era. There doesn't seem to be anybody who's challenging her, and we've been very fortunate to have a player that can reach the levels that Lucy can and is lasting the test of time. She's still playing highest levels, good football.
That consistency is massive, and I think like any great player that I've played with, I'm sure it's the same. Like everything that they do is so consistent. Their behaviours are good, and I think she's always wanted to win. Like, she's so driven to help the team win, but also from a selfish point of view, she wants to be the best player.
Yeah.
And you see that time when she won the Ballon d'Or, and rightly so, because she was unbelievable that year. And I think, obviously, we played a lot of games together for Manchester City and for England, and she was always so reliable. And you look at her journey, like, she's got so much resilience. She had so many injuries them early days, and you could have probably easily packed in. It would have been hard, but she just wanted to find a way to get on that pitch. And even more so now, we say that there's no competition, but if the competition was there, I know for a fact she'd be wanting to win,
So
and she'd be driving herself. And maybe our game has changed a little bit over the last few years, and that's because she's probably become a little bit more of a leader, a little bit more of not that like up and down right back. She's become a little bit conservative and picks her moments, which rightly so. You've seen that in the Euros, but for me, I think it's unbelievable achievement to be playing for England first and foremost, but to play that many times is...
And it's unbelievable. But is she somebody that she knows her role in the dress? She'll dig someone out in the dressing room if need be, wouldn't she?
Yeah, and I think sometimes you have to get credit to do that, though, Ian. I think there's always a certain way in changing rooms that if you're having a bit of a stinker or you've not been a good person or you haven't got that much experience, it's quite hard to come in and say something to someone else. But I think to have 145 caps, to play the tournaments, to have the experience, but also even against Iceland, she was England's best performer.
Yeah, she was.
So I know we're probably going to speak about age, which is my biggest bugbear, but ultimately she's still performing at the level.
Well, this is the thing. You cannot... you can't knock somebody who's still performing. And the fact is, like everything what you've said about Lucy, the one thing I don't think that Lucy Bronze would do is feel like she's being given caps, because of who she is. So it's like, oh, let's see if we can get Lucy to get as many caps as she can when she's not performing. Like you said, against Iceland, again, one of our top performers. And that's what she brings. She doesn't drop. She never drops under 7s for me, under 7 out of 10s. Always at 8, 9 out of 10. She's in and around there. She's always top half. And long may that continue for her.
Yeah.
She's been a great servant for us up to this point.
Well done, Lucy. It's an amazing achievement.
Nice.
Well, to the weekend.
Yeah.
League Cup final.
Yeah.
Chelsea, Manchester United.
What do you think?
You know what? This is going to be a good game because I think there's a lot at stake for both teams.
I'm trying to think from Chelsea's point of view. I know they got the Champions League and that coming up as well, Arsenal. And Man United obviously do as well. And I feel that Chelsea, with them having they've got to get something. And as much as this is still a trophy, I think it's more important for United to win this.
Yeah.
Because I think that if United can get on top of them and play how they play, really on top of Chelsea, put them under pressure, that Chelsea got injuries and everything, and see if they can win this game, I think that gives United that boost. I remember talking about them at the start of the season on here, about they needed a little bit more help, Mark Skinner, in January. Didn't quite get it, but like I'm saying, in the summer, because of what this team started doing at the season, they deserve something more. And I think that if this squad can win that and do well in the Champions League, that then tells the people upstairs we need to back this team. Whereas Chelsea, I think Chelsea, if they lost this, but they can go on to win the Champions League, which is going to be very, very tough, especially with the way they're playing this season. I think that this is a massive, massive game for both of them.
I think that's my emphasis on Chelsea then, to win a trophy. Because
but if Chelsea won the League Cup, do you think they'll be happy and say, yes, we...
No, I don't think they'll be 100% happy, but I think then it probably does cover, not cracks, because that's the wrong thing to say, but they're potentially not going to win the league. So it's about just getting trophies into the club. But from a Man United point of view, like they've only won one trophy, which was the FA Cup against Spurs. So in that sense, they're in a really good position because they're second in the league. The rhythm, the momentum's with Manchester United, even though they got beat off Chelsea in the FA Cup in extra time. It was a good performance from United. They went toe-to-toe with Chelsea, and you can see that squad's been developing into a really competitive squad. So is our Manchester United going to win the Champions League? If we sat here, probably not. It'll be a tough ask.
It's a tough ask for them.
I mean, crazier things have happened, but at the same time, I think their priority would be to win on Sunday.
Yeah.
Just to add to that trophy list that they've got, and just to kind of continue the momentum to qualify for Champions League.
Yeah, and with their emergence, with the way the teams play, especially people like Jess Park, Mallard. You know, they've got players who are now. My Letizier's consistency is where I'm talking about when we mentioned Lucy Bronze. She's 7, 8 out of 10 every week. I think that a trophy for them would be brilliant for him.
And Chelsea's squad, you said about injuries, like they're missing the likes of Bjorn still, Millie Bright, Macario, Germa went off at half-time. Yeah, Ramirez, obviously been a big miss.
Buchanan's kind of, easing Buchanan back in, right?
Yeah, she's coming back. Obviously, Asia Cup's going to affect a lot of the league this weekend and the next few weeks. Sam Kerr's missing, Ellie Carpenter. Yeah. So you would probably look at that and think...
You've got to go for it if you're Man United.
Man United must be thinking, okay, like this. If we've got a chance of winning a trophy against Chelsea, this is probably our best opportunity.
This is probably the time for people like Alicia Thompson to kind of step up now.
Yeah,
really blast.
I really like her.
Because
she's settled in really well.
It's not like she hasn't. You know what I mean? We've seen what she's capable of doing. But when you've got that many people missing and you're, a £1 million player, you're coming for the impact. She's made the impact. I think this could be another game where she could say, bam, I'm going to that level where I'm taking it, putting it on my shoulders as the player and the big player, the costly player who's coming here to do the business. So there's a lot of variables in the game, which is quite exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually doing the game, so I'm actually looking forward to doing it in person and just seeing, because I think it's so interesting, Chelsea's journey this season, but also Manchester United. I think from January they've been really good and really impressive. So I think that race for the league title, it's going to be, probably will go down to the last few games. If City can get a big win, we'll probably go on to that in a bit later, but I think Man United need to just keep winning with that momentum and rhythm to make sure they guarantee Champions League, and Arsenal or Chelsea, depending on if maybe one of them win, it might be 3 spots, it might be 4.
You know what, as well, because it's coming to the end of the era with the League Cup, this one would be a good one for United to win, because if United continue to progress in the league, in the Champions League, then they probably won't be playing in this much more. But again, it'd be a good one to win, to see how this League Cup format's going to pan out without the top teams in it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it, but we'll see.
We'll see how that one goes, because I do want other teams to get something. You know what I mean? It must be a nightmare for the players like the Villas of this, I mentioned Leicester, Liverpool's, and to not get into a situation where they can win something, because the teams above them are so stacked and so experienced and so good. There's nothing for you. You know what I mean? Even the League Cup is something that one of those guys, it's always one of those.
Yeah, it's definitely an incentive to invest and to try and win, isn't it, really?
Absolutely. So, you know what? I'm going to go for United to win that.
I think, if you look at it, as a broad skit, I do think that United have probably got the best chance that they can have to beat Chelsea. But this Chelsea team, they never give up. And they've still got unbelievable players, even with all them players missing.
Do you know what I've got to say about United is Miyazawa missing.
Important player.
And again, we're talking about what Man United have done since January, and she's been a major part in that, alongside someone like Jess Park. But Miyazawa, really, really good player. Easily Champions League ready.
We haven't even really spoke about her that much on the pod, have we? I think she's a bit underappreciated.
Yeah, I think it is. She kind of goes
maybe we need to give
her
some love.
Yeah, we have to give her some love.
Don't know what you've got until it's gone.
Exactly.
That's what United will be saying.
That's what exactly.
Who will play then, do you think, then? Would you put Jess in midfield, or would you put her on the wing?
I don't know if you want to...
Tooney's missing as well.
Yeah, I don't think... I wouldn't want to mess around with Jess Park and play her somewhere else where she's in such good form for club and country. Awujo, could Awujo go in the midfield, leave Jess Park where she is?
Maybe for that little bit of physicality. She's a different type of player to Miyazawa, but I think she deserves a chance to kind of play, in my opinion.
Well, you might as well do it now, especially if she's out.
Unless you put Janssen in that holding mid, because you've got the likes of Millie Turner back. That could be an option.
Yeah, you see, push it up, but I wouldn't...
Both team selections is going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting, but I wouldn't take Jess Park out of the energy she's in at the moment. So
no, she was brilliant. But I think she was a bit quiet. Not to go back to the England game, but I think she was a bit quiet in midfield for England against Iceland. Yeah. But the Ukraine game, I think she's got that little bit of freedom to go and do what she can do.
Yeah, but this is why, again, someone like Jess will be, and you will know more than anyone, we both know anyone, you get judged with the higher level, obviously, that you go. And it's those games, like an Iceland game, a little bit more compact, a little bit more organised than at Ukraine. And of course, someone with Jess's ability, she's going to go crazy in a game like Ukraine. But that's the game, the Iceland games, where it's the next level up. And you've got to go as well, so as you can show you can break down those defences.
Yeah, so we'll do our prediction at the end. Up to our favourite part. Predictions.
Shall I do it or shall I read it or are you going to read it?
Go on, you can go.
Okay, so the predictions in first, Beth Terry.
Hey, Beth's still top of the league?
Beth is caning it, man. 86 points, Beth. Okay, Beth and Steph. Steph's fifth with 82 points. You're only 4 points behind Steph. And I'm 33rd with 64 points.
You're going up though.
Yeah, but I don't feel like I'm making any indentation in actually being a good predictor.
Right, okay, this is your week, I think.
You know what I mean? Let me see. Last time, I got 7 points though. You got 7 points as well though. So even though I got such a outlandish result,
that result,
I only got
that's
the same points as you.
Prediction of the season though.
What, the 6-0?
Yeah, I mean, that was just such off the cuff as well. You didn't even think about it.
It's just that to get one I'd rather get 3 or 4 where it's just like me just going 6-0. I'd rather get 3 or 4 good ones what give me more bloody points in this. But
right, let's get going.
Right then, Villa City.
Oh,
City are going to beat them. I can't see City losing for the rest of the season.
I'm going to go 3-0 City.
I'll go 2-0 City.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-0 City.
Liverpool, Leicester.
I think 3-0 Liverpool.
I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool.
Okay. You giving Leicester a goal?
Yeah.
Okay. Spurs, Everton.
This is a tough one, this one.
I'm going Spurs, I think.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that because now you might go Spurs just because...
No, I was going to go Spurs, but I'm just thinking if Everton are going to score. I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs.
Perfect, because I'm going to go 2-0 to Spurs.
Okay, sound.
Because I can't see Everton scoring as well, but I think that Spurs at home, I think they've got something going as well. London City Lionesses versus the great Arsenal.
The Arsenal. Arsenal. I'm going to go Arsenal.
I think it's a tight one, this one.
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't think it's a tight one?
3-1 Arsenal.
Nah. I'm gonna go tighter.
Are you fair? You're missing quite a few players, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm gonna say, what do you say? 3-1.
3-1, yeah.
I'm gonna say 2-0.
Okay, to Arsenal,
2-0 to Arsenal.
And the cup final, Chelsea United.
You know something? I think it's an interesting one, especially with Chelsea. Chelsea are a lot more on their mind in respect of, for me, Chelsea have to win the Champions League this year. You're starting to think about Sonia. I know she just signed a new deal and that, but I think Chelsea are going to have their minds on that as well. But they have got the kind of mental fortitude to say, well, let's win this one and get some momentum. So I'm still going to go with United. I think United.
I thought you were going to say Chelsea there.
No. I just built a good case for Chelsea because of the calibre of team they are. But I think that United are on that move where they've got to start winning to move up again and move up again so they can be a proper, continuous Champions League contender. So I'm going to go United. I wonder if I should go an exciting final. 3-2.
Oh, wow. In normal time?
Would you give it, if it was 3-2 after
it can be 3-2 in
as long as it's 3-2, can I have it?
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm going to go 3-2 because I want it to be
nice to hear.
Yeah, you're probably going to go 2-1 or something.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1. It's the most popular scoreline.
To whose?
You're
going Chelsea. Look, I can see your face.
No, United. I do think. United I am.
I'm so pleased with that.
We can't have the whole pod about United having a great opportunity and then.
Exactly, but I do feel that from the start... I think
it'll be close. I do think it'll be close.
Yeah, but from the start of the season, I have been saying about United and the way they started the season without a lot of resources and, you know what I mean? And then they started the season so well and then I was saying they needed some players in January. They got those and then they kicked on again. Now they're in the final of this, the Champions League, you know what I mean? It's all moving in the right direction for United. And now what you need is a win to kind of cement them as a team together moving forward and being able to win together. That's why I think it's such a seminal moment. I'm sure that Mark Skinner will be making sure that the players know that because you'll know that.
In the last League Cup with all the big teams in.
Yeah, so it's a good one to win.
Definitely.
So there you go.
Let's just see what happens at the weekend. See what happens. I think it's very exciting here on in, and then obviously we've got the WSL and the WSL 2 playoff
at the end of the season, which it's all like now Champions League.
This is where it matters
This is
now.
where it matters because City have done it, so you lot can just like chill.
You doing that thing where like you're just like, oh yeah, you've done it, but
City have
secretly
done it.
hoping that we don't. So,
Congratulations, City. You have been brilliant this season. But that's it for us. That's it for us this week.
That's really nice of you, that Ian.
No, it's just chill, City.
I'm going to tell Bunny.
No, they've
and
done
Temple.
it, man. And they deserve it as well. They deserve it. Congratulations. So what's going
and to you on the men's side. Well done, Arsenal.
Don't stop. Don't say that. I know what you're trying to do, but take it easy, everybody. We'll see you again next
everyone.
week. Bye, bye, bye.